Hi, welcome to the Final for 90. My name's Rob, this is Dom. This is a new football channel we've created. We're both avid football fans. We talk about football all day. So we thought we'd just start a channel just discussing our predictions, transfers, matches, how the season's going to go from the Premier League down to the non-leagues. We love your feedback and opinions. Follow us on Twitter, the Final for 90, and our YouTube channel. And we'll just get your views and we can just discuss it like normal people. Like I said, we're not journalists or broadcasters. We're just normal people and just want to talk about football. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get going. So first of all, we'll talk about the Premier League. Big summer, as always. Everyone loves the transfer window. A lot of money thrown out, ridiculous money. I think this is the most amount of money that's going to be spent in the transfer window. It goes up every year. We'll start with talking about different clubs. I'll put it out there. I'm not a massive Arsenal fan, and I think they'll finish outside the top 6 this year. I'll put that to you. What do you think?
I'm not sure about outside the top 6. I think they're going to struggle to keep up with City, United, Chelsea, Tottenham. I know they haven't made a lot of signings, but they were very solid last season.
Towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they lost Kyle Walker at the moment, but I think Trippier can do as good a job as him. I think it's going to be tight. You know, City have thrown a lot of money at the defence where they've had a lot of trouble.
What about Arsenal?
What about Arsenal? I don't know.
Wenger's got new 2-year contract. He's comfortable now. He's going to leave after 2 years. He knows that he's not going to get sacked now.
Yeah, I think
Sanchez is going to go.
High. He wants to leave.
Another FA Cup. Sanchez is going to leave. I'm pretty sure that'll happen this summer. I think he'll go Man City or Bayern Munich. I think the son of Lacazette, unproven.
I don't know.
Hasn't won anything really with Lyon.
You look at players coming in from the French league. A lot of people, I remember Arsenal fans were taking a mick at Ibrahimovic scoring 50 goals in the Donkey League. Now Lacazette's come in, they think he's the best thing since sliced bread. I think he is going to do well.
Giroud
I think he's what Arsenal need. I mean, Giroud is a good player, but he's not exactly, the quick footballing type, getting in behind the defence. So Lacazette can do a bit of that, take over from where Walcott's not really gone on with his game.
I think the problem with Arsenal at the minute is that they're not tying down their players quick enough. The fact that Sanchez still hasn't sorted out his future, and we're not far from the start of the season, is silly, really. That needs to be sorted out because that then will knock on for the rest of it. If he decides to stay, then Giroud will leave. Giroud will go to Everton or West Ham. Maybe not West Ham, though, so Hernandez. But I think they're not stable at the minute. They don't have a good. They haven't sorted out the defence yet.
If they do keep Sanchez, that front three, Sanchez, Lacazette, and Ozil, they're gonna be good. I mean, Robbie Holding, he's a future England captain. I mean, I think he's a great player. He's calm on the ball, good defender. Why he didn't play more last season, I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll have a big role this time round, but we're going to make the top 4.
I think as well, though, with Arsenal is that he switched to a back three with the wing backs, which is still well and good. But once people work that out, he'll go back to his normal 4-4-2, and then we worked out again. They're in the UEFA, they're in the Europa League this year. I don't. Whether he'll take that seriously, I think he should because he could win a European Cup, which is never won with Arsenal. I think it's going to be a tough season for them. I think with the amount of signs Everton have made, then I just can't see them getting in the top 6. I just got a feeling they'll have a poor season. The only other team that may finish above within that top 6 is Liverpool, because I'm not really impressed with the signings they've made this year.
Yeah, I mean, again, last season they at one point when they had Mane and he was firing goals right, left, and they won the league in November, but things went a bit south. I mean, they failed to beat my team in the FA Cup at home. I know they played the kids, but their kids won $15,000 a week. But Klopp's a good manager, and they've got some good players. Whether they'll keep Coutinho, I'm not sure. Coutinho, he blows hot and cold a bit for me. When he's good, he's really, really good, and when he's poor, he just goes missing in games. I think Mane is the key, really. But
if I was a Liverpool fan, does the signing of Robertson from Hull strike you with the
he's a good
challenges?
Player.
Man City have spent 150 million on fullbacks.
I know, but
120
in all honesty, I don't think if Robertson's 8 million, I don't think Walker's 50 million based on what I saw last season. And Mendy from Monaco again, good player, very quick, good on the ball. But
improving this league.
Is he going to shore up a defence which was leaky at best at times last season? I mean, if Kompany plays, he brings a sort of leadership to it. Yeah. But Stones, very good on the ball. Otamendi, great beard, but questionable player. I mean, it's all about outscoring.
Surely he's going to play 3 at the back with Stones, Kompany, Otamendi, Walker and Mendy, and Daniello as a
Danilo's one of the worst players in football. I mean, how he's gone for 30 million to Madrid and then 30 million to City, I'll never know.
Madrid don't sell people unless they're worth, unless they want to keep them. So I always think people that leave Madrid never really make it. Look at Ozil; he's completely splits the opinion with Arsenal. He has the odd game. If he was that good, he wouldn't have left Madrid.
It's true. I mean, yeah, he's a long way from their other players, but you don't know. It's a different league. It's a much different style. I think it's a lot tougher. I think Silva, the new Silva, obviously they've got both of them now. I'm not sure how they're going to fit both of them into the team with De Bruyne and Sane and Sterling and
Jesus.
Aguero. It's going to be quite difficult for them. But if they can all play together and they can all gel, then I think, honestly, they're probably going to be the top team for the league.
So I think my prediction this year is United win the league. I think Jose Mourinho,
I don't know.
He knows what he's doing. Second season, he always wins the league in the second season.
It's true, they've done well, but I think
Lukaku would be a great buy. I think watching some pre-season friendlies with him and Rashford, I know you can't tell exactly how he's going to go to pre-season friendly, but him and Rashford up front look good. They looked good together. Potentially Ibrahimovic coming back in January to grind out results, which he can help them do. The centre back Lindelof.
Yeah, the one that nailed the guy in the front against Madrid. Great challenge.
He's unproven in the Premier League, but it looks like he's young and he's a good player. And the last season they didn't play good football last season. I watched them a lot and they were poor, but it's Mourinho.
I mean, he's got away with people, and I think they've got the best squad in the league. Because every single one of their players could start at a Premier League club. Maybe they couldn't start a Premier League winner. I mean, when one of your third choice players is actually young, I know he's not the player he used to be, but he's still a Premier League talent. I think
they don't have the Rooney problem now. I've always thought that the last few years, since Ferguson left, Rooney was a problem. They didn't know how to play him. He wasn't at his best. He clearly wasn't particularly happy there. I think he knew that he wasn't going to be able to go elsewhere particularly easily with the money he was earning. And I just feel like now they don't have that issue.
Yeah, it's
You've
true.
got the England captain sat on the bench not doing anything. It must be difficult, especially as he's such a big influence. So I think I feel that they'll push on this year. I think the football will be better. I think Pogba needs to up his game. If he ups his game to be the world class player he is, then they're going to have a really good season.
I think him and Lukaku together, they're good mates off the pitch. And when you're good mates off the pitch, you're normally
with
supposed
Lingard,
to being good on the pitch.
Rashford.
I mean, they could be the new Cole and York with Pogba playing a bit further back. Obviously, neither of them are as good as Andy Cole ever was. That's what player he was. But I think they're going to be good. I think it's going to be between them, Chelsea and City. To be honest, Chelsea have kept their core. I don't really know what's going on with Costa, but they brought in Morata. Again's a good player. I mean, I think Morata last season for Madrid scored a lot of goals coming off the bench in the last 15-20 minutes of games when other teams were weak. And the defending in the Spanish league isn't as good as it is in the Premier League, but they've strengthened that midfield. Bakayoko and Kante are going to be some insane wall in front of their defence. And it's going to be hard for teams to break them down, and Conte knows exactly how to get the best out of his players, so I think one of them three.
I think they'll have a slow start, Chelsea, as I think Hazard isn't fit. He'll be back. He'll be fit probably towards Christmas, fully match fit. So I think they'll start pushing on from then. You can't write them off. I feel like the signings they've made haven't probably been what he wanted. He clearly wanted Lukaku and has gone for Morata. He's losing Costa. I'm not sure. I'm not sure this year. I think they had a good season last season. I think that the teams around them will kind of up their game, especially Pep Guardiola has to, because I think he'll lose his job if he doesn't. Mourinho will. It's his second season, and he's brought in some really good talented players. You can't rob. I think you've got to include Everton in this. If they gel with the new signings, they've built a spine of that team. That is fantastic.
Definitely. I mean, if they bring Sigurdsson in 50 million as well, he's a proven Premier League goal scorer and goal maker.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be the key how they're going to play him in really. I'm not sure.
For me, Sigurdsson's the reason Swansea stayed up last season. The best player in the bottom six. Best player in the bottom six by far. He was the reason they stayed up. But I just think, going back to Arsenal, I just feel that they'll fall out of that. I look at their signings at the minute. Lacazette, I'm split with him really. I don't think he's really proved himself. And the Kalanic, I think he signed.
Yeah, the German fella.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a good player. I admit I'm not a regular watcher of the German league, so I'm not massively sure. But from what I've read, seen in reviews, he should be solid. Probably not going to set the league alight, but maybe it's what they need, a bit of solidness. They've had these left backs, Gibbs and Monreal are quite good attacking players, but they've struggled when it comes to defensive work. So hopefully he might bring a bit of stability to them. But
especially if we're going to use wing backs. But I just think that they're going to fall behind further. In my opinion, I'm not a Wenger in. I'm not Wenger out. I'm not an Arsenal fan. So and I think what Wenger's done with the Premier League when he first came here was amazing. He revolutionised the way players train and are prepared for a match. But he's outdated, and I just think they're going to fall further behind. And I think they've probably made better signs than Liverpool, but I think Liverpool have got the Jurgen Klopp factor, and I think with Mane in the second season, with no African Cup of Nations till July, then they're probably going to be a little bit better. And I just feel Arsenal are going to fall further away. I might be in my hat at the end of the season, but I feel that Chelsea, Man City, Man United, and Chelsea have made some good signings. Tottenham quietly doing nothing, but have a fantastic squad.
Yeah, they've got a great youth team that are coming through as well. They've got so many players they could turn to. I know they were saying, they don't need to go out and spend 50 million because if they've got a gap to fill, they're quite content with using a youth team player to do it. So,
and I think they've got probably the best young manager in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's decent.
Mopo. And I just think maybe next season will be tough because they're at Wembley. Perhaps they know that. Got a new season on the ground. Maybe this is just Levy's thinking he's got new ground to pay for. Perhaps maybe this is just a consolidation season. Perhaps push for a League Cup or an FA Cup. Maybe not think about the league too much. Go back to your new ground. If you can keep hold of all the star players for the following season, I think they'll win the league in the next 5 years. Tottenham. I don't think it'll be this year, but I just feel that Everton will finish above Arsenal this year, and I probably think Everton may finish above Liverpool this year.
It's a big call.
At a push, I think Everton might finish above Tottenham. So, I know what your prediction is. My prediction for the league this year will be Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Tottenham is 7th. It's brave.
Let me redo that. Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Everton, Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal. Arsenal 7th.
It's big. I mean, I don't think I could pick a winner. Mourinho, Man United, they look very strong, but they had a strong team last season and they never really put it onto the pitch. I'm probably going to say City to win the league with Guardiola. Chelsea 2nd, United 3rd, Spurs in 4th, and then Liverpool, Arsenal. Depends how they go. I think they'll be the top 3. Man United, Chelsea, City in some variation, and then 4, 5, 6 will be Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. What they'll come in, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll put my money where my mouth is somewhere in the bookies, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't like to say.
I think it's Leicester proved that there was an off-season from other team, but Leicester proved a few years ago that a smaller team can do well. The signings Everton made, I just think they're going to be the one team to push on this year to make that top 6 or top 7. But I do think, sadly, the gulf between this top 7 and the teams below will get bigger.
Yeah, I think a lot of other teams are going to struggle. The best of the rest is quite hard to pick, really. I mean, I like Southampton, but they've got a new manager come in. They kind of stagnated a little bit last season. They've got some very good players.
Selling club, though. That's the problem with Southampton. I think that they need a couple of years where they can keep hold of these really good players. Push on. I mean, they made the League Cup final last year, which was good for them, but they're never going to be pushing for Champions League if they keep selling all their best players.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clear what Van Dijk's doing, but if he's striking, you might as well get rid, take the money, and get a player that actually wants to play for the club.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably be the best of the rest. Teams to struggle, I mean, Huddersfield, I think. Don't want to write him off because a lot of teams wrote him off last season when they said they get relegated for the Championship. Obviously, they got promoted. But I think if Huddersfield stay up this season, it'll be a near miracle.
All right, then, so now we'll talk about relegation. Before we do that, I have made a mistake. I just looked at my phone while we had a quick break there. That Lacazette has won 2 trophies for Lyon. Coupe de France, whatever that is, in 2011, and the Trophy de Champions, which I think is a charity shield,
It's a
in
French
2012. That was French FA Cup, sorry. So he's a winner. Anyway, so we'll talk about relegation now. You said Huddersfield to go down.
Yeah.
They haven't got the money. They haven't got the pulling power. This chairman is fantastic. I think the chairman of that club is a model for the rest of the league.
He's been fantastic.
Amazing.
As is the manager. He's been a breath of fresh air. I mean, but
Season tickets at Huddersfield are less than £200.
there's just teams like Huddersfield. It's a massive football league team, but there's a big difference between the football league and the Premier League. And the first time of doing it, I think it's just going to be a bit too much for them. I hope they prove me wrong. I mean, Blackpool, when they came up, people thought they were going to be dreadful, and then Marlon Harewood scored 2 goals on the opening day, so you don't know. I mean, they got relegated, but we'll see.
There's a chance. I hope they do well. I don't. Anyone who comes up, unless it's Bristol Rovers, I hope them well. You know, but I think I cannot see Brighton, Huddersfield staying up. I think Newcastle will stay up. They're slow in the market, but I think that the money's there. You know, Mark Ashley, but I think they'll stay up. But I think Brighton, Huddersfield will struggle to stay up this year.
Yeah, I think Brighton as well. They've brought in a few players from other leagues, but again, first time around, it's always the hardest. If they can manage to stay up the first time, they'll probably be better next season, and they can build from there. I mean, Palace have done it quite well. Burnley, this is obviously they managed to stay up last season, so it's interesting to see where they'll go to. But
I like the signings Burnley have made this year. They've added a bit of experience, Jonathan Waters and players like that. So I think they'll be right, and they've got a very good manager. So I think they'll stay up. And I think Watford to stay up, because I think that their new manager's good. He nearly kept Hull up last season, so I think, and he's made some good signings, some good English signings as well. So I think that will get them. I don't know who will go down with those two, but I'm not really sure. Crystal Palace, I mean, Frank de Boer, amazing manager at Ajax, terrible win at Milan.
Yeah.
So this is kind of in the middle, really. So on paper, he should keep them up. Very good squad. He's brought in Loftus-Cheek, so he's a good player. So probably a few more as well. So they probably will stay up. So yeah, I'm not sure about the last one.
Yeah, I mean, Palace, Zaha and Benteke, if they're on form, then they're 2 of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
If they have a good season, I'm sure Palace would do well. I mean, they went from finishing borderline top half and then had a poor year last year, and then obviously Allardyce came in and then disappeared again. Yeah, it's hard to pick the third team to go down, to be honest. Newcastle, they normally make a hash of one season and go down. Watford, they got Marco Silva, I thought was very good for Hull, but then he didn't keep them up either, so maybe it's be the same
they
again.
Inherited a poor squad at Hull as well.
Yeah, Swansea, it's the same again, really. It's hard to pick.
No, I'll say something probably quite controversial. I think that Leicester City will be within the relegation battle this year.
Maybe.
I think getting rid of Ranieri was clearly the best thing to do last season, but I think Shakespeare will have problems this season, and I just don't think he has experience to be able to rectify it, and I think they'll slowly fall into the relegation zone, because it proved last year that when things aren't right, they play awful and they fall apart. When things are going well, they win the league. So I just got a feeling that they'll be there and thereabouts, and perhaps they might be my prediction for the third team to go down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be surprising. Yeah, and Mahrez is obviously settled.
Roma, I heard today in from Mahrez. I wouldn't be surprised if he went abroad. He's after Barcelona, but I think he's nowhere near good enough for Barcelona.
Mahrez goes to Barcelona, then maybe I'll finish spot at Leicester. But yeah, Leicester, they did amazingly to win the Premier League, and how they made the Champions League quarterfinals last season.
That was very
tough. Or the last 16, I can't really remember where they got to, but yeah, Leicester again. It's hard to pick teams to go down this year. It's very easy to talk about teams that have made a lot of signings at the top, but teams to go down, again, I just Huddersfield, Brighton, and without going on the controversial train and picking Leicester, I think Watford are going to struggle. Okay. I do, yeah. I just don't know who half their players are, to be honest with you. Last season, you would turn on, you can look at teams and you think, oh, I know, yeah, he used to play for who, and Watford, they seem to be shifting teams around, all these owners, parent clubs and other owned clubs, and it's quite hard to predict.
Their model, though, that seems to work. Like, they sack a manager, they bring someone in, they bring all these players in you've never heard of, but is this the third season on the trot in the Premier League? So yeah,
I mean, they're going nowhere, but they're not going anywhere forward, but they're not going anywhere backwards, are they?
No.
There's a lot of clubs that would dream about that sort of situation, but
I would dream my team to be in the Premier League. It's a dream, so fair play to them. But yeah, I think what we'll do later, we'll write a top 6 or 7, and we'll write a bottom 3, and we'll seal it, and we'll see right in who's close in the season. Put a bit of a wager on that one.
I'm up for that. I mean, it's going to be, well, I'm going to win. Simple as,
Whatever happens, it's going to be a good season. I think in the Premier League, it's going to be a great season, especially with 5 British teams in the Champions League potentially. With if Liverpool qualify, which I'm sure they will, and it maybe even Celtic as well in the Champions League if they qualify. Although they've got an away leg, 0-0, I think it was against Rosenborg at home, so they've got to beat them away to get to the next qualifying stage. So hopefully, I feel that we've kind of lost our way a little bit in Europe as England. When Man United last won the Champions League, it seemed to be every year there was a British team in the final. We seem to have slipped away. Quite a lot of our players seem to leave the Premier League, so I think we just need a really good push on Champions League this year. Whether that will happen with Chelsea or City or United, I don't know, but I really hope that we can do some damage in Europe as well. It's always good.
They may do. I mean, I was talking the other day to someone, and I was just saying, if you had a Premier League all-star team with the top 5 teams, Chelsea, United, City, put all the best players all together and had the best team you could, would they beat Barcelona or Real Madrid with the teams they got at the moment? I'm not sure.
It would be close. It would be a close match. You'd think that it would be completely one-sided, but I agree with you. That would be a close match. A good match.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. Looking forward to it. Match of the day back. Just football back, really. Yeah. I've been lost for 6 weeks, not knowing what to do.
No tournament.
No, nothing at all.
The friendly challenge cup, whatever it is, doesn't cut it for me.
The international champions rubbish.
I'll talk about that a bit later as well. That surely isn't good for players, but we'll talk about that maybe another time. Yeah, that's it for now. I think. Thanks for listening. If you want to comment, please do. Final Third 90 on Twitter and on our YouTube channel. Please comment. We'll try and do one every other week, and I hope you enjoy it. And give us your opinions. And we'll try and get back to as much as we can and try and improve for next time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, just cheers to everyone. Obviously, just starting out. Be nice to know what people think. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. We will be talking more about the Football League. Obviously, I'm a Plymouth fan. Got a Bristol City fan over here, so we will be a bit more Football League chat. But there's just so much to talk about in the Premier League transfer window that, yeah. But in the future, a bit of Football League as well. But for the now, look forward to the season.
Cheers.
So as we said, we'll do some predictions for the season. We've got them down here, written down.
Cheers.
This is mine. City to win the league. Chelsea 2nd, United 3rd. Spurs 4th. Liverpool 5th and Arsenal down in 6th. And sorry to say, Watford, Brighton, Huddersfield. I think you're on the way down again.
This is mine. United win the league. Man City, Chelsea, Everton, controversially. Tottenham, Liverpool. No room for Arsenal. Well, I think Leicester, Brighton and Huddersfield will go down. We'll seal them up in an envelope. Check back in about 40 weeks.
And we'll see how we get on. If any of us are right, then we never know. See where the channel is in a year's time. But hope you enjoyed the video and see you soon. The final third, 90.